ready, tell me. Alison, you slide to your left. Now, slide over here, do that. Hi, 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 do that. Do that. Get ready, Alison. Leila, get closer to A. Now, wait, read it. Read it. Do that. Already with 10. Already with 10, do that. There you go. Right there. Together now. Leila, get involved. Please. Connect. Show up, Alison. Show up. Alison, wait there. Alison. Alison, wait there. Get closer to Ashley. Closer to Ashley. Get the ball, Alison. Go, go, go. Oh, get cold. Anyway.
Tight, Felina, tight, tight. Second. Come on, shooter, come on, shooter. Come on, push wider.
Simple.
Brilliant. That was a throw-in. Brilliant. Your pressure.
Water, water.
Ladies, come and look at the board. What did y'all do?
Today's closed out tomorrow's night and opening day.
Hey.
Shiloh texted me and said, I can hear you trying to fix it. I said, you can hear me? And she was like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I wish I would have known that. I was like, six.
Somebody probably want to say something about you.
What?
Somebody probably want to say something about you. About how it can be cursing.
I'm going to be like, voice. I'm not a camera person.
Yes, you are.
I'm on the team. I used to play at one point. Do you ever talk on that day?
No, I don't know what she's saying. Do you? You don't have any play games. They'll score.
Oh, he said we gotta put it up there. And we don't have any draft.
Ref is going to make the change. Okay. Sammy, let them know. Number 3 for 17. 3 for 17. It's our program.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We sure do appreciate you hanging in there with us through some technical difficulties in the first half on our video broadcast. Hopefully you had a chance to slide over and at least follow along on the live stats. Yes, there is audio and video at the same time. Craziness. But we're glad that you got at least the final 45 minutes of regulation here on the Surge Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in. Just underway. Less than a minute into the second half, the Shaw University Bears donning their maroon or wine-colored kits with the white piping and stripes there on your screen, moving from left to right in the second half. Georgia Southwestern, of course, in their white Adidas home kits with the gold sleeves, blue shorts, trailing the Bears of Shaw 2-0 here as we get things going in the second half of action. We'll introduce you to some of the Lady Canes along the way, tell you a little bit about Shaw. Take a look at those first half statistics as we move along here in what should be an exciting rest of the day here, not only the second half of the women's contest, but then the men. The men's match follows at approximately 3:30. Shaw University against GSW. We'll take it over to the men's side again with an approximate 3:30 p.m. kickoff here from Hurricane Field. Well, if you're looking at those first half statistics and you didn't have them pulled up in front of you to supplement the blank screen that was waiting for you on the video side, 9 shots. GSW actually took a 9-8 shots lead in the first half. However, only 2 of the Lady Cane shots were on goal. The Bears were very efficient. Shaw put 7 of theirs on goal. 5 saves made by the Lady Hurricanes, 2 both stops coming from Shaw. Corner kicks favored Shaw by just 1, 2-1. Offsides, GSW had the only offsides of the first half. Fouls were even at 6 apiece. Alina Rodriguez gets the call between the pipes for Georgia Southwestern, her second start and her second appearance of 2018. Georgia Southwestern ruled out a starting crew joining Rodriguez on the field. Was junior Michelle Gustafson, the 5'1 junior from Hiram, Georgia. 5'1 freshman Suwannee native Alicia Barr. Number 5. Number 6, Rachel Cochran, a 5'6 senior defender from Columbus, Georgia. Number 8, Allison Rugel was in the starting lineup. 5'6 junior from Decatur, Georgia. Getting the call to start today was 5'7 senior from Noonan, Georgia. Number 10, Shelby Mills. 5'3 sophomore from Marietta. Number 11, Layla Hamid. 5'9 junior from Susanville, California. Number 12, Brenna Mendanka. She was our Hurricane highlight last week for her header off the corner that put GSW up 1-0 against Francis Marion before the Lady Canes suffered that 2-1 double overtime defeat. 5'5 freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Number 15, Duda Gist. Freshman Jasmine Westbrook from Warner Robins, Georgia. Number 16 gets the call. And number 17 defender, another freshman from Jacksonville, Florida. 5'11 Ashlyn Baker. The head coach of the Lady Canes in his second season is Enrique Rodriguez. His assistant this year in her first season is Katie Roberts. So as we're looking around, let's see if there's any glaring differences. It looks like this is a couple of ladies that stayed in. Okay. So Josie Nix is in the game to start the second half. A couple of the Lady Canes unable to go at the start of the second half of play. So 5'8 junior from Leesburg, Josie Nix. Substitution coming up for Shaw. We'll read that out for you. Make sure we get her name right. Shaw substitution checking into the match, number 8, Andrea Lisey. We're good. Cool. What do we got else? Shannon Walsh is also in the game here to start the second half. One of the ladies that was not in the starting 11 but has seen significant playing time this season. Here comes Shaw on the march. Into the 18, tries to bring it back, and it'll be kicked out by Baker for a Shaw corner kick. So with that, let's see if we'll get through the starters today for Shaw. Now, granted, they've made some substitutions, not the same crew, but for those watching with an interest in who the Bears trotted out there today, we'll give you their starting 11. Again, some differences here as we start the second half of action, but number 2, Catherine Inhoff. Number 4, Samalu Evano. Number 7, Jasa Curry. Number 8, as she just checked back in, Andrea Liseye. Number 9 is Tefian Brown. Number 10, Leslie Mendoza. Number 11, Felina Dykoff. Number 13 is Cheyenne Duplantis. Number 16 getting the start was Sofia Munoz. Nope. Actually, I think that's backwards. Melina Burnside also gets the start, as well as Mackenzie Stafford. There you go. Matthew Brown is the head coach of Shaw in his first season. So many of the same players out there for, looks like Hannah Pilstrom. Number 24 is a player that was seeing some action, not in the original starting 11, but she's in there now and was just in your screen.
Yep. What do you see now? What do you see? Get him ball, Alisa. Build it back there, Alisa. Do that. Quicker, do that. Move now. Move. Get him ball now. Get him ball. Rachel, you can overlap if you need.
Well, a great start for first-year head coach Matthew Brown as Matt Brown as the Bears come into today's match undefeated. Winners of their first 5. Lady Hurricanes have played a couple more matches. They're 2-7 overall. And again, the shots from Shaw on the mark in the first half. Let's see if we can. First goal of the match was scored by Lisea. And she scored in the 12th minute. Second goal of the match was Tefian Brown off an assist from Safford, and that came shortly thereafter, 14th minute. So quickly and accurately, the Bears jumped out to that 2-0 lead, and then it's been even Stevens since then. This a lofting ball into the box, knocked down. The Georgia Southwestern try to get a little something going here. Oop. Little space there. Cochran's on defense. Brings it back inside. Nice footwork. Nothing there. The Bears will bring it back out and here to the near side before swinging it. Set it up for another approach into goal. Things slow to form here. This one will be out and a throw in for the Lady Hurricanes. There's a pass down. This looks like it's inside. Down to just. She gets kind of bumped out of the way, and then a nice piece of defense to kick it out on the far side. Throw in coming for the Lady Hurricanes as we're approaching 10 minutes into the second half. Looks like it'll be Rachel Cochran to take the throw in way down there on the far end of the field. Nothing there, and a goal kick coming up for the Bears. Well, if the Lady Hurricanes are going to make a run today. It might most likely obviously come from the front line, and some of their offensive leaders will introduce you to a few of the ladies on the offensive side. This one in is going to get bouncing up off of Rodriguez and up in the air, and that was, I believe, Nix able to get it out. Oh, Baker. My bad. Baker actually kicks it away. Shot! Finds just inside the right post, and it'll be another score for Shaw, extending their lead now to 3-0 on the Lady Hurricanes. Let's see who, sorry, we had a speaker in our way there. I did not see. You guys saw better than I did, actually, who scored that one. I think it was either going. See, it looks like it might have been number 7, Jasa Curry, but we'll get confirmation on the live stats feed. But again, if you are a numbers person, stats person, you like to have that information out in front of you, the live stats is available. Links on our website, gswcanes.com. Flicks it up here. Shot for Walsh. Shannon will take it, but it's going to go a little bit right. And missed that one. Had a look. Right idea. Worth a shot there, and just drifts a little bit to the right of the post. So, okay, coming up for the Bears as they are ahead 3-0. So I mentioned offensively the Lady Hurricanes will need a little push from their threats up front. Number 9, Ella Hawkins, is the Lady Hurricanes player who's leading the team offensively this year. Let's see if she can get goal number 5. It's a chance to meet Ella there. She has a team leading 4 goals this season. She'll be now over 700 minutes. She's averaging a couple of shots a game. Hawkins, the senior leadership, one of several seniors on the team. Hawkins, a 5'3" senior from right here in Americus, Georgia. So a homegrown product. Ella's, again, leads the team with 4 goals. Wouldn't mind seeing number 5 or even number 6 today. We'll see if something can happen off the boot of number 9 here to get a little spark going for the Lady Hurricanes. Hawkins not the only player who has put one through to the back of the net this year. You've seen her play, and she has logged a boatload of minutes as well. Number 8, Allison Rugel. Allison more in the middle of the field, but she does have a goal and assist. There you go. 1 goal, 1 assist, as I mentioned, over 800 minutes. She's averaging closer to 3 shots a game, which leads the team. Rugel, as I mentioned, a junior from Decatur, Georgia, when we gave you those starting lineups. And her brother, Julian, is a member of the Georgia Southwestern men's team. Had a long poke from Rachel Cochran, one of the seniors on the team. There's a total of 4. Yep. Forgot that number 4. 4 seniors I mentioned: Hawkins, Cochran, Shelby Mills, number 10, as well as Avery Hyde, who's battling an injury as well and will not see action today. This one will be well to the right and hit the back protective netting. Mentioned a lot of minutes logged so far by Rugel, but she is not the team leader in minutes played this year. That's actually going to go to number 11, Layla Ahmed. So we'll pop up give you a peek at Miss Layla as the Lady Hurricanes getting the ball back. Layla out there. There you go. Anchoring that middle of the field for the Lady Hurricanes. Team leading 803 minutes played so far. Oh, Actually, I think I said the second on the team. My bad. God, I'm all over the place. Gustafson is right up there, too, and we'll introduce you to Michelle. She's the other one. Michelle's a defender who actually has a goal, number 4, Gustafson. There you go. Just by 10 minutes, she's got Rugel. 8 minutes, 813 minutes again. She's a defender, but does have a goal this year. You'll see her flying all over the field. Just over half a shot average per game, but again, that's coming from the defensive side. Number 4, Gustafson. And you'll see her in her blonde ponytail floating all over the field, and there she's on your screen as we speak, getting the ball to Ahmed. So there's a few of the ladies that have seen significant playing time, team leaders, and also offensively leading the Hurricanes. This is a breakaway for Shaw. Here's the shot. She gets around Rodriguez, wide open goal, and another score for the Bears. Good breakaway, and this one I can guarantee you was Jasa Curry. Curry with the goal. That's her second of the match. I was right. She scored the goal before. So now back-to-back second-half goals for Curry, and the lead has become a 4-goal differential in favor of Shaw. Curry this season, let's see how she's done coming in statistically for the Bears. A freshman, by the way, from Ellicott City, Maryland. Let's see. Shaw University goal was scored by number 7, Jasa Curry. Curry, let's see what we can find on Miss Jasa. Well, she's the team leader, and now she has gotten into double digits this season. Jasa has 10 goals and 5 assists. Did she get any of the ones earlier? No. So she's still at 5 assists, but now the team leading 10 goals. Here's a shot, one hopper. Keeper slides over and makes the play for Shaw. Shaw has scored 20, well, now they're up to 28 goals this season. Again, 5-0 record. 28 goals scored. They've held opponents to only 5. So that's a hefty differential. And the Lady Hurricanes still fighting and scrapping and clawing, trying to get on the board in this one. But it's a comfortable lead for the Bears with about 28 minutes to go in the second half. Warm day out. A temperature should be climbing close to 90 degrees. It won't be there quite there. It should be around 90, though, by the time the men kick off. Thankfully, there's a nice little breeze, however, so a hint of fall weather. So I mentioned for the Georgia Southwestern goalkeeper number 0, Alina Rodriguez. This was only her second start or second appearance of the season. Rodriguez had a good showing against Francis Marion, 1.67 goals against average. She had to make 14 saves in that match. The 107 minutes, well, it went to double overtime and an 0.875 save percentage, but that will take a ding today here based on how Shaw has played and attacked the Georgia Southwestern goalkeeper. Rodriguez, a junior from Macon, Georgia. It's not a far trip for her to come down and play. She got here via Mount DeSales for her prep experience, and then Andrew College is where she played before making her way to Americas here for her junior season. Very diverse roster for Shaw as you look down their roster and where their players have come from. Colorado, Florida, Germany, Brazil, Maryland, California, St. Vincent, Germany, Savannah, Georgia, West Palm Beach, Florida, Colorado Springs, North Carolina, Utah, Illinois, Spain, North Carolina. So very diverse hometowns for the Bears as you look down their roster. A couple subs now checking in. It'll be number 5 and number 29 for Shaw. Checking into the match for Shaw, number 5, Denise Curry.
Stay on your mark. Stay on your mark, White. Shot on it. Stay on your mark.
Number 29 is Laura Regidor. Hopefully got that name right for you, Miss Laura. Old breezy, keep those sheets down. The paperweight needed up here. Well, for the Lady Hurricanes, they have one more non-conference match left this season. Otherwise, it'll be Peach Belt action the rest of the way. And that'll come on October 24th against Albany State. We'll take a look at the Lady Canes' upcoming schedule a little bit later on, as we've eclipsed the midway point of the season, and now we're in the home stretch. You whistle for the foul there, and GSW will have a chance. Deep free kick here, see what they can do with it. So Ahmed takes the kick. This will go over the crossbar, however. A little too much on it. Good try from out there. Might as well see if you can get one to drop just inside the crossbar. Lady Canes have put a couple in that way through the season. Well, this will be because of the heat and the time of day, both these teams agreeing to a mid-half water break, so they're going to take it right here, right now. Lady Canes and the Shaw University Bears, just over 23 minutes to go in the match, and it's been all Shaw, 4-0, a couple of goals in each half, accounting for the total for Shaw. We're going to mute things for just a moment so we can play a little music, keep the spirits up here for just a moment. We don't want to get those copyright violations, so we're going to mute our speaker for a moment, and we'll come on back for the final 23+ here from Hurricane Field. So action resumes here at Hurricane Field. Ladies get a quick sip of water, chance to talk a little strategy, and now settle in for the final 23 minutes of action. So a quick peek at the upcoming schedule before we slid into that other slide. We'll come back to that one in just a moment. With a long free kick for the Lady Hurricanes. This one from way outside. Ahmed will take the shot, or at least take the service here and see if you can get something in there. This one will go a little bit short, bounces through everyone, and finally finds the foot of a defender for the Bears as they'll take it back outside wide and bring it up the field. That's Mendoza out wide, I believe, for Shaw. Number 10. I got that one. Rugel back to Nix. Deflection off the shot. Throw in coming for the Lady Hurricanes. If Shaw hangs on and wins this one, it'll be their fourth win, their fourth road win of the season, their sixth overall. So they've only had 2 home contests so far this fall. Hasn't made a difference for the Bears. They travel well. Again, this would be their 4th win on the road this season, and they still got several more to go. They're not home again until October 23rd, or 22nd rather, against Newberry. Well, that's listed. I say that. That facility is listed in Durham. The other home one was Raleigh. But they're at, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more road matches following today. So the Road Warriors from Shaw hasn't slowed them down yet this season. A 3-1 win at Converse to open the season on September 4th. 3-2 double overtime win at Methodist. Christendom 12-0 victor at, that was their road game, so 3 straight road matches to open the season. Then home against Coker, 3-2 win in overtime. Home against Cincinnati Claremont, a 3-0 victory on September 30th. So a sub in for Shaw. Play will resume. Whistle blown here, and we resume. GSW has a couple of road matches following today's home contest, so we will take a deeper look at that upcoming schedule here in just a moment. When looks like we'll have a slight break in the action. We'll put that screen up, graphic up for you one more time. player down. Now's a good time to take a peek. We'll check on the injured player. Clock has been stopped, and we'll reset that here in just a moment. 18:40 is the time on the clock. But for Georgia Southwestern, it's a trip to Young Harris coming up for their weekend match. 3 o'clock, the time at the start from Young Harris, Georgia. So Peach Belt Conference match at Young Harris, followed by a match at Flagler. And then it's home for UNC Pembroke. So it's all, the next two are actually Saturdays that GSW will be home. UNC Pembroke on the 13th and USC Aiken on the 20th. We're good. And then that Albany State midweek game kind of thrown in there on the 24th. One more game still on the calendar, so we got one more to pull up for you next time, and that'll be the senior night finale against Lander University. So there's only 7 matches left. Only 7 matches left in the season for Georgia Southwestern after tonight. Or today, rather. 3 of them are at home. No, 4 of them, I'm sorry. 4 at home, 3 on the road. And it'll be back-to-back road contests here as we talk about it this coming Saturday and then next week, Wednesday, at Flagler. UNC Pembroke is on the 13th. The 20th, we want to highlight that one. Saturday the 20th, that'll be the 3rd annual Canes Cornhole Championship. So if you have an interest in playing some free cornhole, getting in there, getting in the bracket, and it's a doubles competition. It'll start at 4 o'clock that day. The men are actually the first match that night. They play at 5 o'clock. Cornhole starts at 4. It is a 20-team doubles tournament, free to play, and the winning team, each member of the winning team, will get a $75 gift card. $25 to each member of the second place team. We'll feed you. We're going to be grilling out. We've got free drinks, so it's free to play. You got a chance to win money, and it's free to attend, free to participate, and you get free food. So it's not a bad deal. Again, we're limited to the first 20 teams to sign up. It's a real easy form, and you can sign up on our website at gswcanes.com, gswcanes.com. One of the main, the cornhole, you'll see it. It's one of the main stories on the website. Click on it, and it'll take you to, again, a very brief online form that you can submit to secure your spot in the Cornhole Championship. So we hope you'll take part in that. And we'll even throw in a little good soccer to boot, which should be a very big game for the Lady Hurricanes. USC Aiken down towards the bottom. Here comes Mills, the shot! Just over the crossbar. Had a little zip on that one, but sent it just over the crossbar. Shelby Mills with the attempt. Lady Hurricanes, unfortunately, I mentioned their leading scorer, Ella Hawkins. She suffered a concussion and will not see action. So GSW at a disadvantage there with their leading scorer not being able to go. Medical concussion protocol underway for Miss Hawkins, so be all right. There's down to Gustafson in the corner. Will she get there before it goes out? Can't quite save it. Just over 16 minutes to go. Throw in coming for the Bears. Deep here on the near side. And their defensive end of the field. Hard to see here from our tower, but yeah, there she is, just in your screen. Throw in. Ahmed will take this long shot. This will take a couple bounces, and the keeper's waiting for it. And will make the easy save. I mentioned that game on the match on the 20th, a big one for GSW. That's a reason why. We'll take a one peek at the Peach Belt Conference standings at the next break of play, but we've got a little bit of time. Still 15 minutes in this one, but USC Aiken right down there on the standings board around GSW. We'll wait a minute on that one. Aiken also looking for their first win in conference play here. It's somewhat early in the Peach Belt season. But that should be a pretty competitive match for GSW on the 20th. So if you can, even if you're not taking part in the cornhole, we hope you'll consider coming out and supporting Georgia Southwestern soccer that afternoon, that evening. Lady Canes are the 7:30 game that night. Shaw will feed it in. It'll be a race to the ball, and Rodriguez will get there first for Georgia Southwestern. Following the Lady Hurricanes. That will be on Duda Just.
Shelby, help us a little bit over there. Yep. Rachel, away. Watch the straight. Right. Tight. Together. Shelby, son. Go ahead.
Here comes Mills again. Shot to the left corner, just a little wide as that one rolls past.
Keep it up, Shelby!
Wide, Laura.
Good pressure. Wide. Lola, keep it in there, Dula. Come on, Dula, keep it in there.
So simple.
Good. Mitzi, go ahead.
Tighter, Andrea. Tighter.
Get down next time. Take it down. Josie, you know
That shot from Rugel
it. Right there, halfway.
finds its way to the waiting arms of the keeper.
Thank you.
Keep it up, girls! Keep it up, please! 12 minutes, Kate! Come on! Push it out, girls!
So for the, I believe that is still in there. I don't think they've made a switch. So for the Shaw keeper, Cheyenne Duplantis, she's working towards a clean sheet here. If she can keep the Lady Hurricanes off the board over the final 12 or 11 and a half minutes. Duplantis has 2 shutouts already this season. This is her 4th start. Coming into play today, she had logged 195 minutes, just shy of the team lead. She's only allowed 1 goal all season in those 195 minutes, a .46 goals against average then. She's only been called on to make 4 saves, however, and she has done so. 2-0 record. Splitting time with Kaylee Hartman this season for the Bears so far. Substitution coming up for Shaw. It'll be number 15. Well, might have the wrong one. We got 15 as Melina Burnside. We got Finn on one roster. We'll go with this one. It's got Burnside, Melina Burnside checking in. Looks like I got 2 different roster sheets here. Little variation in the numbers, but we'll get it straight. And if you're a Shaw fan, I'm sure you already knew who that was that trotted out there. You know their jersey numbers, know your players, follow your team. Lady Hurricanes with a corner kick now as the clock hits close to 10 minutes. Hands up, kicks away. This one up in the air, headed away by Shaw. Rugel tries to cock back and fire. It hits the wall of defense. Shannon Walsh will be the first one there. Her boot in is going to get headed away as well. This is a race to the ball as it actually squirts through everybody and minds its way to the foot of a Shaw player. Kick's going to bounce wide, right? Goal kick coming up, or a goal kick coming up for the Bears, or excuse me, for the Hurricanes. Kick is away. Rugel turns and sends it out to Mills. Throw down to Rachel. Cochran might be there first. Not quite. Corner kick coming up for the Lady Hurricanes. Inhoff was the defender, number 2, who beat Cochran to the ball and was able to at least get it out and let him set up here for Georgia Southwestern. Again, the corner kick coming up. Kick is away. This one is going to be a little bit closer to the front, top of the box.
Take the ball, Layla. Take the ball, Dula. Let's go. Give an option. Mix it up.
Got the numbers. GSW with the numbers. Josie Nix going to get whistled for offsides, or the Lady Canes anyway. Offsides on that one. Let's take a look at the Peach Belt Conference standings at this time, since we've got a little break as the keep goes to get the ball. Track that one down. Here you see Georgia Southwestern. I mentioned that USC Aiken match could be a big one for the Lady Hurricanes to get in the win column in Peach Belt Conference play. You see their overall records are the 3 columns on the left, the 3 columns on the right. The Peach Belt Conference records coming into play. It's headed. Columbus State still awaits the Lady Hurricanes. They have played North Georgia. Again, Flagler's coming up. GSW's played Georgia College. And you see the rest of the standings there. Teams yet to get a win in Peach Belt Conference play include UNC Pembroke and USC Aiken, along with the Lady Hurricanes. So there you get that peek. You didn't miss much. Ball still around the midfield stripe as we resume to action and settle back in now for the final 6+ minutes of regulation. Here comes Mills again. That strong right foot. This one up over the bar, just a little too much. Substitutions coming in. 6 minutes closing in. Whole kinds of substitutions. 24, 21, 11, and 16. 24, 21, 11, and 16 all checking in for the Bears. Regidor, I mentioned her. Finn. Peelstrom. Shania Medeus, I believe, also checking in. Oh, this is trouble. It's going to be a race to the ball. Can Rodriguez get there? She does. Sliding effort. Alina makes the play and stops potentially that 5th goal from getting punched in. Breakaway opportunity there on a good lead pass from the Bears. Here's another high lofting ball that Baker will head back towards the midfield stripe. And they will stop the clock with 4:36 as Shaw holding the lead here, and now under 5 minutes to go with the team ahead making a substitution. They will stop the clock, and it's going to be number 29. Now this should be, I believe 29 should be Regidor. I know I've said that name, sorry, just kind of sifting through a couple of versions here. Yeah, that's right. So Regidor is number 29.
Watch your swing, Leila. Control and play. You ready, Michelle? Josie, be ready. You ready to swing? Can you slide a little bit?
Well, don't forget, fans, to subscribe. You might, at least once a game, plug in. The easiest thing to do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics. Hit that little red subscribe button. As the Lady Hurricanes might have one more push. Here comes Mills again down the right side. She's going to have a chance if she can still get an angle. Nope, that one's a little too far out in front off the foot. But if you want to stay connected to the Hurricanes and all of our live sporting event broadcasts, that way if there's any glitches like there were today, or if there happens to be a time where the weather prohibits us getting on the air right away, we've had that happen already this season. If you subscribe to our channel, just click that little red subscribe button. You can choose to get notified when we are officially live. So, for instance, we had, like I said, we had a lightning delay earlier in the season during warm-ups, so that pushed the match start time back 20 minutes. Not everybody's on Twitter. Not everybody can get the message. We understand. So the easiest thing to do is just subscribe to the channel. That way, when we did go live and it was 20 minutes late, you knew about it and you got that notification. You didn't have to sit and wait and wonder what was going on. So there we go. Little jersey pull there. Nothing at this point in the match I think they're going to really worry about. Rugel's trying to get some space. Can't find anything for her left foot to sit out. Here comes Gustafson with a shot. This one's going to curl left, though, and hit the back net. But yeah, just subscribe to the channel. We've picked up almost 100 subscribers this soccer season. We thank you. We appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying the broadcasts. Again, GSW Athletics on YouTube is the home of the Surge Sports Network. We broadcast men's and women's soccer, so the men's game after this will be broadcast after our 20-minute break or so. Men's match will be live, and we also got men's and women's basketball, baseball, softball, and even some live tennis thrown in the springtime as well. So a good way to catch all the action here from Americas. Here comes Layla Ahmed down the field, dribbling through, now to the right, trying to find some space. Long kick. Keeper knocks it down and makes the stop. Nearing the final minute of this one. Push in the back, foul whistled. GSW will play quickly. 1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute. Count off the final seconds here for both the teams. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That'll do it for this afternoon's non-conference ladies soccer matchup. The visiting Shaw University Bears victorious in this one 4-0. Give a chance for the ladies to have a word, meet up, gather their gear, and clear the field. The guys will follow the men's match approximately, well, scheduled for 3:30 this afternoon, approximately a 25-minute delay. Or not delay, but 25 minutes between matches on the clock for them to warm up. We thank you for coming out here this afternoon and hope you can stick around for another 25 minutes or so until the men's match starts. But if not, don't forget that we are broadcasting, and we'll be broadcasting the men's match live on our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics, the home of the Surge Sports Network. You can find us on YouTube again at GSW Athletics, and while you're there, you might as well subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications of when we go live, and you can catch all the action whenever the Hurricanes or Lady Canes are at home. Again, the next home match for Georgia Southwestern will be Saturday, October 13th. Saturday, October 13th against UNC Pembroke. It's a 7 o'clock start. Again, that's Saturday, October 13th. Next home match for the Lady Hurricanes, 7 o'clock the start time. You can find the full schedule of events and follow all the action on Lady Hurricanes soccer on our website, gswcanes.com. gswcanes.com. Thanks for coming out tonight. Hope you can stick around for the men's match. If you are traveling somewhere, we hope you get there safely because we want to see you back here on October 13th. Have a great night. Not yet, not yet. I don't think I will. No. I think we're okay. Thank you, Avery.
Just text me these people.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to a close here, we'll just leave it on the men's match warming up. As I mentioned, they are soon to follow. Really quick wrap-up for you today. We thank you for tuning in. Again, we're sorry for the early hiccups and technical difficulties, but you got to join in on the second half. Maybe you saw your favorite Bear player score a goal there. The Lady Canes, couple of attacks, couple of shots, could not put one between the pipes, and unfortunately a pair of goals in the first half, a pair of goals in the second half, and it leads to a Georgia Southwestern 4-0 loss to Shaw University in a fresh matchup. These two teams getting together and locking horns, I believe, for the first time since GSW turned NCAA Division II back in the 2006 season. So final stats, let's see if I can pull that up for you really quick. We'll run it down for just a split second before sending it off the air for about a 20-minute break before the men's match will begin, and these two schools are going to lock horns again, and this one will be, as I mentioned, on the men's side to follow Shaw and GSW. Let's see here. My internet's not cooperating very well. I don't want to give you wrong stats. Let's see here if we can come at it a different way. How about that? We'll come at it a different way. They don't want to play nice with me. So it's a 4-0 victory for the visiting Bears, who, again, they've played all but two of their matches on the road this season. With the win, Shaw will improve to 6-0 this season. Georgia Southwestern falls to 2-8 overall. Pair of goals, I said, in each of the halves for Shaw. The first two goals came early and back-to-back. Bang, bang, bang plays for the Bears. 11:43 was expired in the match, so fresh into the match, and it was a Shaw goal by... I'm going to make sure I get your pronunciations right for you. We'll try to do our best to get those Shaw names right. Lesay. With the first goal at 11:43, second goal came up just 2 minutes later. Well, actually, a minute and 58 seconds later. Teffian Brown scores. The feed from Safford made it a 2-0 game. That was the score at the halftime break until it was a Jasa Curry show in the second half. The leading scorer for Shaw added to her team leading tally, scoring goals 9 and 10 of the season. The ninth goal came in the 56th minute. Ninth goal came in the 56th minute, and the final goal coming in the 61st minute. So Curry adds to her team leading tally. Final shot tally looks a little something like this. Shots favored Georgia Southwestern, so Shaw very accurate. When they had an opportunity, they made it count. Shaw shots total for the match 23-13 in favor of Georgia Southwestern. Shots on goal, however, I think that will be a little bit different story. Shaw shots on goal 10, Georgia Southwestern 8, so they took the lead in that important category. Of course, the 4 goals in the match as well. Fouls went in favor by 1, Shaw 10, Georgia Southwestern 9. Corner kicks were even at 3 apiece. And for Alina Rodriguez, she had to make 6 saves between the pipes today, allowed the 4 goals. And Duplantis made all 8 saves when she was challenged here this afternoon. So that'll do it for the women's match. We're going to go off the air. We'll be back shortly. There's still about 20 minutes on the clock before opening ceremonies and introductions for the men's match. Hope you can come back and tune in. Again, the easiest way to do that is subscribe, get the notification. You'll know exactly when we go live. But thanks for watching this one. Shaw wins 4-0. We'll be back shortly for the men's match. You have been watching Georgia Southwestern State University Women's Soccer on the Surge Sports Network.